Police court, members of the jury, there is only one more serious ask that the state could make in a case like this. There are 3 punishments for first-degree murder. Judge Fishburne told you a week ago last Tuesday that this was not a death penalty case. That leaves 2 punishments available for Travis Reinking. One is the minimum, and one is the middle, but the maximum of what he is exposed to in this trial. This is not, I submit, a case that Travis Reinking deserves a minimum sentence. Whether it's 53 years, whether it's whatever it might be, that is a minimum sentence that he is asking you to impose. What possible argument can be made that he deserves a minimum sentence? Mitigation, doesn't matter if there are 1,000 points in mitigation. I don't care, 5, 50, whatever. If you find, and by your verdict you have, submit, found that 2 aggravating circumstances exist beyond a reasonable doubt, he is a mass murderer. And his actions resulted in other people being in great risk of death, to 2 or more persons. 22 people in that Waffle House. We've talked about that, and James Shaw Jr., all those people could have had bullets tearing through them. You saw here this morning, those bullets didn't just rip through Joey Perez, Taurean Sanderlin, Akilah Dasilva, and DeEbony Groves. Those bullets ripped through literally dozens, if not hundreds of people. And those bullets remain in them every single day. Judge will tell you this instruction is very short about how to consider victim impact, and you really aren't supposed to until you've found beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of 1 or more aggravating circumstances. Again, then you can consider it. And if there is anyone who is not moved by what we have heard here today, whether in this courtroom or listening and watching from wherever they may be, those bullets are still ripping through people today. That does not deserve the minimum punishment. Talk about what is deserved. That is your choice. In this, you're to weigh and consider. It's not a balancing of, oh, we've got 2 aggravating circumstances, 3 mitigating, that sort of like a baseball game, 3-2. No. Once those aggravating circumstances have been proven, it's your judgment, your call. No finding beyond a reasonable doubt of anything outweighs something or other. It is your considered judgment of what Travis Reinking's punishment should be for the acts that he committed. The value of life. The value of life. Those 4 young people very young to me, with their lives ahead of them, futures promising, families. They're always going to be someone's child, daddy's little girl. The bullets are still ripping. Graveyard visits, birthdays, reunions, celebrations. Never be the same. Parents of these children, relatives of these children, who were fine, upstanding young adults, weeks away from graduating from Belmont, musician, talented, a person who'd wanted to be a cook, was living his dream. Joey Perez, coming to help his brother start a business. I think there's a term for what we heard here this morning from a number of these victims. That's what they are. They are victims of Travis Reinking, as surely as Joey, Taurean, Akilah, and DeEbony. Survivor guilt. Imagine a baby living every day with the "I wish it had been me." And Travis Reinking deserves the minimum. Should receive the minimum? I think not. On behalf of the state, I submit not. There is a value to life that Travis Reinking did not apply, did not consider, other than remember back when Special Agent Williams, now the ATF, if he had made one more move, had not surrendered, there's a very good chance Travis Reinking would have been shot and killed. He surrendered. He valued his life. His parents are going to come and be able to visit him. They're going to be able to put money in his commissary account if they want to. Be able to talk to him, see him on his birthday. Every single one of these families, their friends, their loved ones, have to go to a graveyard to pay a visit. And he says, I should get the minimum. That is why the state is asking for you to impose, in your sound judgment and your sole determination, a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole for each, for Joey, for Taurean, for Akilah, for DeEbony. Do not, beg you, devalue their wonderful lives by giving this man a minimum sentence. He does not deserve it. There are many, many things that could have happened differently. But one thing, those lives can't be brought back. Their memories will be cherished, no doubt, by everyone who knew them And I dare say they will remain in your memory as well. Life without parole is the appropriate sentence, I submit. The proof supports it. The law supports it. Justice for Joey, Taurean, Akilah, and DeEbony. They deserve a full measure of justice that is allowable under the law, because they did not deserve what happened to them. Travis Reinking deserves to be in prison without the hope of release. That is what justice demands, I submit, in this case. The state of Tennessee, the families, will probably never be able to express the appreciation in full for your service and devotion to this case. Again, what mitigation can there be for acts so horrible? For lives taken, for lives devastated, brothers, nephew, sons and daughters, Travis Reinking should not get the minimum for that. If there is any doubt about how seriously the state believes this to be the appropriate punishment, let there be no doubt. Life without parole is the only acceptable sentence for what this man did. And we respectfully ask you to impose it. Thank you.